is your boy, Lord Thaddeus Cray. Well, I decided just on an impulse to do this one, so there you have it. What's it going to be about? Well, it's going to be a cryptid, that's for sure. It's one I've mentioned before. One that I actually got a lot of views on when I was doing a big sweep of, hominids and Bigfoot and all that several months ago. So, I'm not sure this one's going to be quite as popular, but in the end, I'm just going to put it out there. This cryptid I'm talking about is one that I think is kind of cool in its own right. Terrifying, would never want to encounter one. I'm talking about the Gugwe, the creature that wants to eat your face. Face eaters. The Gugwe, I believe, means. Now, what the hell is this thing? Well, you have to understand one thing. I do believe firmly that creatures like Sasquatch and other type of hominids, they have evolved similar to us, but apart from us. So, I do believe that there is some kind of genetic connection when it comes to possibly, even us and Sasquatch and all this when it comes to the Gugwe. These creatures are found quite a few places. I know they're found up north. I think there's even some spots here in the States they're found. If I was to do research on that, it would take a lot longer than this I'm putting out, so just leave it at that. It's not laziness, it's a matter of time. Okay, point blank. The Gugwe is like a Bigfoot, but supposedly is larger, obviously a lot more aggressive. But here's some other things that might surprise you. There have been tales and accounts of these creatures actually wearing bits of armor, skins, things like that, which Sasquatch is not really believed to do. Supposedly these creatures might even use weapons. There is a movie, I think it's called Primal Rage. I might do a review on it later. It's a good one. But it is actually, of course, it's Hollywood, but I think in its own way it's kind of soft disclosure on what could be out there when it comes to the Gugwe. The Gugwe supposedly is not just bigger and uglier and meaner than Bigfoot, but it seems to be almost like an atavistic, well, I'm not going to say it's less advanced, because it seems to be more advanced in some ways, but it seems to have more primal characteristics, like that of a elongated snout, like a baboon. Massive claws, razor-sharp teeth. I believe that the Gugwe at times has been mistaken for the dogman. At times. But like I said, these creatures are known to wear pelts, pieces of bone, I believe. These things are they're scary stuff. And they have no qualms snatching and eating people. I mean, obviously they call face eaters for a reason. They seem to like that part of the body when it comes to getting their hands on people. There have been stories of these things snatching people, eating them, or people vanishing, being eaten and never seen again, remains found. It's just a real mess with these creatures. I do believe they form families, clans, whatever you call it. These creatures seem to be almost, like I said, almost like massive primal cavemen in the way they live. Supposedly, many of them live underground. They probably have massive communities, maybe in the woods, maybe under the ground, whatever. These things are not stupid. They're very, very smart. They use traps, supposedly. Like I said, these creatures are not just your typical Bigfoot. There's something, I believe. I'm not going to say they're smarter. It's just I think that their lifestyle, these guys are aggressive, vicious in their own right. I'm not going to say they're evil. Well, something that eats people most of the time would be considered that. But you have to consider this. A crocodile will eat a man faster than he can say nothing. An alligator, if it gets big enough and give him the opportunity, yeah, of course. Especially if they've been known to eat children if they ain't careful. But you have to understand, those things ain't evil. They're predatory. The Gugwe is a predator. No doubt about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. These things are predators. They're hunters. If you understand where I'm going with this. Like I said, these creatures, they hide, they wait. I don't know if they use the normal wood knocking that is associated with Sasquatch, but I wouldn't be surprised. I do know they can mimic calls, just like the Bigfoot can. I do know I believe their vocal cords are definitely more advanced than most other creatures. just like it seems to be with the Bigfoot species, if you want to call them that. But what I do know is also descriptions vary from creature to creature. Of course, the elongated muzzle, the large body, they're stocky, massive monsters. That's what I consider them, monsters. But at the same time, there have been different descriptions of their color, minor things, just like with people. You can stand, I've said this once and I'll say it again, you can stand one person, let's say you get some guys from Nigeria, for example. This is an example. Or someone from Finland, even. You can have one that may be a cousin that's only 5 foot. The other guy is 6'10". That's one hell of a size difference, obviously. But they're the same species, obviously people, and the same nationality, either be from Finland, Nigeria, or wherever. That's just how it works. I believe these creatures have the same type of different dimorphisms when it comes to that because of genetics. But like I said, these things seem to be a lot bolder. They don't seem to be as numerous in description or sightings when it comes to Bigfoot, so I think these creatures are definitely not quite as common. There's even been stories of these creatures actually preying on Bigfoot young, supposedly. It depends on the person you talk with and listen to. But the Gugwe is something I would advise not to even think of messing with. It needs to be left alone. And I do believe that people in power know more than they are letting on. And I'm pretty sure they even have teams that go out there and keep the population down. Because like I said, these things are dangerous. I cannot stress that enough. If you want to go out there and, hell, you've seen the stuff Vault deals with. I don't even want to think about, just some person that don't know what the hell they're doing stumbling on one of these things. He's just dealing with a regular Sasquatch. I could be wrong. There's something going on with that, though. But I'll tell you right now, when it comes to the Gugwe, they're bad, bad news. I'm just saying, there are so many bad things I can say, but also at the same time, I have to say one thing. They seem to be very intelligent, creative in the way they catch their prey. It seems to me they have a very highly carnivorous diet compared to what other creatures would be. You have to think about this. If you had a gorilla that had evolved to be a carnivore, you're not going to see, some King Kong-looking monster. You're going to see something with massive teeth, claws, and it is evolved to hunt. And, of course, it's going to be smart enough to do so as well. I think these things are very successful at what they do, but they're also not dumb enough to get caught easily. So, it's hard not to respect the ability of what a Gugwe can do. I'm just going to leave that there, man. There ain't really much more to say. I'm going to go ahead and put out that you guys know what I do. I'm the producer for the Dark Waters family. I also am, right now, I'm seeking some people. Vault's needing some people, actually. So I'm going to go and put this out there. My email is wesvic@dogmancams.com. And I'm also going to put Vault's email in the description for this video if you guys want to reach out to him directly. Because honestly, like I said, we're very busy, all of us in this family. So, we're always trying to keep moving with our projects and get people on these shows. That's what we do. I physically am feeling a lot better. I'm nowhere near as sick as I was, and I thank you guys for your prayers. Some days are harder than others when it comes to my mental affairs, but I'm functioning, even if barely at times. I appreciate every last one of you. You guys be blessed and be safe.